Medicaid cuts to your state, according to the statistics I have seen, could result in the loss of 20,000 jobs, the closing of 35 rural hospitals, 200,000 people could lose their health care. There's obviously the impact of SNAP benefits. What else am I missing here in terms of what you're preparing for in terms of the impact on your state?
Well, first, you are entirely right that this would be absolutely devastating to Kentucky, but it's going to be devastating to all of rural America. You mentioned that it is basically going to fire, because that's what Donald Trump and everybody who votes for this is doing. They are firing healthcare workers across the country, 20,000 in my state. 200,000 people in Kentucky and millions more aren't going to be able to get the treatments they need. They might not survive. And those 35 rural hospitals that are at risk of closing, Jen, each and every one of them is the second largest employer in the community that they're in. So just imagine you're a small business in that community and the second largest employer goes under. All the jobs evaporate. What happens? Your entire community's economy takes a major hit, and all of a sudden you as a small business may be laying some people off as well. But then take the families and how they're going to be impacted. Whether you're on Medicaid or on private insurance, if your rural hospital closes, you got to drive a couple hours just to see the doctor you used to see in your own community. If your parents get kicked off of their coverage and they're in long-term care costs, you got to bring them into your home and try to figure out how to keep them alive. Half of Kentucky's kids are covered under Medicaid. They lose their coverage and you are scrambling over that next prescription. This is going to impact the life of every single American negatively. It is going to hammer our economy, and it is wrong and it is mean. And I cannot believe that people refuse to do their job and represent their people that they were sent to Washington to represent, and instead are just pledging fealty towards someone pushing such a damaging piece of legislation.